from
whatever,
water.
maybe
Oh no, you want
something,
water? That's it.
and like they're
We
like
put some
totally awake,
some
looking
more water
around,
in there for
and
you.
you know whatever. But
You
it's
ready?
like that's all part of that seizure. So it could be she's having some seizures,
There
but
you go.
you might want to consider having her checked again because a lot of those things. It sounds like it could be if they didn't get that
Perfect.
brain
There you go.
fix, it could be having some effect there too.
Well, they
You
did
wanna
say that
try?
it's not bleeding anymore, and you can see that it's healing on top of her head. But they took her off of the Eliquis, which
Let's see
was
what we can do here. Let's
the blood
get
thinner,
some smaller bits.
Right.
because they
Makes
said
it
that
easier Okay.
Whatever it was
So,
less.
you want this one?
How do you word that? It was less of a worry for her to have a stroke than it was to for her to have another brain bleed. So and she's on the Eliquis, so she didn't have a stroke. But they said they're not as worried about the stroke as they are another bleed if she falls. So they took her off the blood thinner.
Yeah. So
and don't forget about
if she
the
has
tincture.
fallen a few times, even though it doesn't look like
Yeah.
she's hit her head,
Opioid tincture.
it may not take a lot of a bump to cause more problem, whatever. But yeah, you might even consider having home health come back.
Reevaluate her.
Today.
That's what
Today,
That's what Joe said too.
Oops.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Is I'd rather
We
err on the
lost your
side of caution
head
than
cushion I had going there.
find out later. Wow, we should have done this. You know, I was thinking
There you
about
go.
it, but I
You
just
should be able to
didn't do
lean
it.
your head back.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
I'd go that route. Give them a call sooner rather than later.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Because
Doing
if
better.
they're willing to come out and take a look, reassess, and
You
maybe
have
determine
almost
if
half
she
of this
can go
gone.
in,
You are doing very
better
good.
they come out and tell us that,
Oh,
or if they come out and say, no, I think she's okay, we'll just let it go. Okay, then we know, and then we
you
can
know
feel
when you're
better
ready.
for whatever happens because we're following their advice.
Okay.
And they're the professionals, not us.
You want to drink a tea or something first?
So that's what I would do.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I have Joe.
All right.
I have Joe sitting here taking a video of a little bit of what's going on here, and so we can send that to you.
There you go.
All right.
She hasn't had another one of those big jerks since I told him to start videoing, but
Just me.
just Joe. He's the big jerk.
Yeah.
But
Yikes.
anyways, I figured we'll give you that little video. And
Does it feel
Have
better
you
to
take
have
a
your
look,
arm
okay?
outside
Tell them about the
All
tincture.
right.
oh, and also
Or does
I
it
don't know
feel
if I
better
told you this,
inside?
but when I picked her up on Friday, I went there at 11 o'clock. And she was so sleepy, so
Does it
sleepy, so
matter?
sleepy. And the
Just
nurse
so worried
came in
about your
and so I was
shoulder.
supposed to be getting her ready.
It's
She was
gonna be
talking
hurting.
about the discharge and all that. And then she says,
Oh,
and I said, well, she's so sleepy. And the nurse says, well,
Okay.
they did give her that opioid tincture this morning. And I said, opioid tincture? Why? And she said, well, I don't know. I guess maybe because they figured you're giving it to her at home. And I go, no, we only give her extra strength Tylenol. That max strength Tylenol, that's all we give her.
Pajamas.
And she goes, oh, well,
You
I don't
want
know
to string
that.
to your jammies.
But it took forever for me to get her dressed. They didn't even help me get her dressed. And when we got her home, she was just kind of out of it. Slept that whole day and slept almost all of Saturday. Woke up a couple times to maybe get a little bit to eat and all that, but then went right back to bed. And then Sunday at 1:30 in the morning, I had to go back to the hospital. I told you about that. And while I was gone, she had fallen twice, but it didn't appear that she had gotten hurt or anything.
Right.
So I don't know if that was it. One of them, the first one was looked like she just kind of slid down the bathroom door and was sitting on her butt against the bathroom door. And the other one, they found her on the floor in the bedroom. But it didn't look like she had hit her head on anything, but it could have jostled her. Who knows?
Whose phone?
Patty's.
Sure.
Anyways, but that's the only falls that I know of.
Ready for another bite?
I stayed with her all
Still
night
hungry?
last night, make sure she didn't get out of bed
I
by
am so
herself and
glad
fall.
you're eating all this. This is good.
But she did all this jerking
Very
thing
good
all
for you.
night long. I don't think she got
You
much
want
sleep
some
at all.
water
No, I
and
didn't
sit
get any.
first?
But and sometimes she would laugh after she would do that, but most times she'd have this total and complete
Ooh, careful.
look of fear
I gotcha.
on her mouth, on her face when that would happen.
Okay.
So
Well, that could be
Oops.
replaying an old memory. Old memory
yeah.
that she hadn't told us about. Hard to say.
Yeah. So
There you go.
That's-
Can't call her can't call her Washington. Raise their own place and drive them around best of in town.
Somebody has their own place in Washington.
Dutch Brothers,
Bethany.
like Dutch Brothers or
And Dutch Brothers
Oh,
coffee.
Dutch Brothers Coffee. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I
Aha.
don't even know what she's talking about.
We got
Okay.
Whoa.
Careful. Okay.
You okay?
So I think we probably got enough information on the video to show you.
Do
I'll have
you
to
want some more
send
water?
that to you.
No? Okay.
Just
Let's put
text
that right
or
back up there.
or messenger, which is the best way to send the video.